I've always been impressed by the modes of transportation in Singapore, ever since my first visit to Singapore in 2015. In this video, I want to share some things I didn't know about transportation in Singapore and some things that have continued to impress me. So let's get started. Number 1. Singapore has among the best public transport systems in the world. According to Bloomberg, Singapore ranks among the top 5 cities in the world with the best public transit system. The inception of the MRT system in Singapore was in 1987, and at that time, there were only 5 MRT stations. Number 3. Currently, there are 6 MRT lines with more than 140 stations. There are 3 LRT lines with over 40 stations. Number 4. The MRT spans more than 200 kilometers, while the LRT spans approximately 28 kilometers. Number 5. In terms of the hours of operations, MRTs usually run between 5:30 a.m. until midnight, with extended hours during the holidays. Something that has continued to amaze me has to do with the train frequencies. So train frequencies during peak hours are usually every 2 to 3 minutes, and then during non-peak hours, they're usually 5 to 7 minutes. So you usually don't have to wait very long for the next train to arrive. The daily ridership of MRTs prior to the pandemic in 2019 was roughly 3 million. Also prior to the pandemic in 2019, the daily ridership of LRTs was approximately 200,000. The public buses form a significant part of the public transport in Singapore. The bus system in Singapore is more extensive than the MRT system. As of 2021, the daily ridership of buses in Singapore was 3.6 million. Something that I found extremely impressive, given how small Singapore is in terms of land area, is that there are more than 5,000 bus stops in Singapore. So if you don't live near an MRT or train station, chances are you'll find a bus stop nearby. For buses, the largest bus operator in Singapore is SBS Transit. SBS Transit has 61% market share in Singapore. SBS Transit buses usually operate from 6 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. The bus frequencies in Singapore are generally longer than the MRT frequencies, so sometimes you have to wait 20 to 25 minutes or longer for the next bus to arrive. However, the buses in Singapore are usually pretty reliable. If you're using the MRT or the bus in Singapore, you have a number of payment options. You can use an EasyLink card, a tourist pass, a contactless card, or cash, among a few other options. In terms of ride-hailing services, you won't find Uber in Singapore. As of March 2018, Uber is no longer available in Singapore. Instead of taking Uber, you can take Grab. Grab is Singapore's most popular ride-hailing platform. It has approximately 50% market share in Singapore. Another ride-hailing service you can find in Singapore is Gojek. It has about 18% market share in Singapore. I've used both Grab and Gojek, and I've had no problems with either of these services. In terms of taxis, ComfortDelGro is the largest taxi operator in Singapore. They have approximately 9,000 taxis that operate under the name of Comfort or CityCab, both of which are owned by ComfortDelGro. When it comes to apps to use for transportation in Singapore, I highly recommend Citymapper. The Citymapper gives you various choices when it comes to modes of transportation, whether that's cycling, taking the bus, taking the MRT, taking a cab. It also gives you an estimate of the corresponding amount that you can expect to pay. There's no eating or drinking on the MRT, on the trains, or the train platforms. You can carry food and drinks with you, but make sure they're inside a bag and sealed. But you absolutely cannot eat or drink on the MRT or the buses. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you so much for your support. Have an amazing day, stay safe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.